What is going on, my Pokemaniacs? So we are back with another cross grading video, and this time we're going to be looking at these 3 PSA slabs that we're going to crack out, examine the cards, try to figure out why they got the grade that they got, and at the end of the video we're going to reveal the CGC grades for these 3 cards. So make sure you guys stay to the entire video, give this video a like, subscribe, and comment down below what do you guys think. CGC did well in this video. So thank you guys so much, and let's get into it. Alright, so let's talk about these 3 PSA slabs here. We're going to look at them very closely. First up, it's going to be the Special Delivery Charizard. Last video that we did, we actually did another Special Delivery Charizard, and that one, I think it went down a half grade. We started off at a 9 and it went down to an 8.5. So we're going to see how this one looks. It is a 6, way significantly lower, and sometimes from the scans that you guys see on PSA or CGC websites, you're never going to see the damage, almost never, because the damage is mostly surface. It could be some edge, it could be some corners and stuff like that, but most of the damage that you guys are going to be seeing is all surface, and sometimes it's really hard to see with a flat 2D picture that they show on their website. So we're going to crack them out, and we're not going to show the crack out process on this video. You guys can go check out this other video. Maybe you guys can look up there or up here for the little pop-up. But yeah, we're going to be looking at how this card looks outside of the slab. So this is a 6. We're going to look at the Meganium Reverse Holo from Unseen Forces, Near Mint 7 as well. And as I can see right now, there isn't much to go off for it to get a 7. So this also helps myself and those people who are actually watching the video to be able to determine what PSA looks at when they're grading cards or how they grade. You know, this is a very good exercise and a very good video to watch. So make sure you guys tag your friends. Make sure you guys try to guess as you're watching this video right now what this card will get. Maybe it can get a bump up to a 10. And maybe it stays a 9. So let's see. As of right now, the only thing I'm really seeing is this bottom little edge type of corner has a little bit of a lip to it, a little lifting. So that might be the 9 right there, but let's see. Hopefully we can get a good grade on all 3 of these, and hopefully we can get a nice little bump up. If not, the main purpose of this video is to be able to depict how well CGC grades. I believe that CGC grades well. I trust them. I have most of my collection with them, but also to see what they can improve on as well. This isn't a totally biased video at all. So if it can go from a 6 to a 6.5, that's great. A 7 to a 7.5, that's great. A 9 to a maybe a 10. You know, we don't want to see it in a 9.5. No one wants to see 9.5s, but yeah, let's crack them out and let's see them outside of their slab. All right, so here we go. So they're all cracked out. This one got a little beat up on the label part, but I'd rather the label get beat up than the card while cracking those out. So let's check them out, guys. I really have high hopes for this the Space Juggler alternate RB Drill V to be able to get that 10. But let's check this one out here first. You know, I sleeved them up, make sure they're always sleeved. You don't want to have a crack out process and then get a lower grade than it actually was. So this grade was a 6. So a 6 means that it needs to have significant damage, enough damage so everyone can see. And I think I found it right here. I don't know if you can see that. Right in this little area. Let me see if I could zoom in here with this. It might be a little bit hard to see, but there is some foreign substance there. A very light foreign substance. So yeah, they do hit that pretty hard. But I don't know if I would have thought that would be a 6 or not. I mean, you guys can see it on that top edge there. I might have to clean that out just a little bit more, and you guys can also see this tiny bend right here. It's a bend that goes in and goes out this way. It's really hard to see from the front, but it is there. So it's a bend. and it's that foreign substance on the top that I have no hopes for this one getting higher than a 6 on this one. Maybe a 6.5, but once again, if CGC can get 0.5 close to what PSA does, that is a win in my book. I mean, if they can hit it right in the nail, that means they're doing something right, because I don't know why, but CGC or PSA is the gold standard of grading. Sometimes I don't agree with that, and a million other people will disagree with that. So either way, special delivery Charizard is looking like a 6 there, and actually the camera does catch that very well. Bend, and you were never going to see that bend through the slab, and that bend on the right, and that foreign substance on the top. So let's put this back in there. No hopes for that one to get above a 6 or a 6.5. All right, let's go to this Meganium. This one got a 7. Now let's check it out. Let's see if I find something here. 7 is still near mint, so it does have some options here. It does have some leeway. Right now I'm not seeing much. I'm seeing some scratching on here. Let's see if I can focus on this. I'm seeing some scratching right there in the middle. A couple of dents. Corners are not that good, but actually this one I have high hopes that it would get something higher than a 7 actually. I think that's like my fingerprint there, so I'll clean these up. But other than that, just little specks. You got a little dent there in the middle, or a little bit of foreign stuff on there, a little bit of scratching there, as you guys can see as well. But on the front, it's looking very clean. There is a little notch up there on the top, but that is edge. You guys have to learn how to separate edge, corner, and surface to their own individual grade as well, and kind of mash them up to get the whole grade. So yeah, it just has a little bit of small stuff, small substance. I'm gonna run like a microfiber cloth on the card, make sure like all that little stuff is gone, and I have high hopes that this one will get higher than a 7. This Meganium is looking higher than a 7. Now onto the Beedrill right here. Beedrill V, the one that we want the most to get a 10. Centering is not the best, but it's not the worst either. There's a few things on there, nothing major though. The only thing that's worrying me is this little lip right here. This little thing right here. I don't know if we can get that into focus. There's just a tiny little lip down there, but for it to be a 9 for that, I don't believe it. So let me investigate it just a little bit more. See if we can, that's my fingerprint there. See if I can get that off there. Yeah, we got that one off. There's nothing else major on this card. Maybe like a tiny little bend there on this top part right here. I don't know if I can, I'm trying to get the light to kind of sheen it off the card. Maybe there. But man, that's about it, guys. That is it. That's my fingerprint again. Take that off quickly. But man, I don't see why this one got a 9. I'm confident that we can get this back in a CGC 10, guys. Really clean. Like the edges are really good. Corners are good as well. No major whitening. There's a little tiny white speck. There's a tiny little white speck, but sometimes that whitening could be deceiving because it's not always on the edge. It's on the core, and the core kind of sticks out a little bit. Unless it's major, I think they would hit that. So here we go. Overall, before we send these cards over to CGC, this one, no hopes. No hopes. Small chance that this gets higher than a 6 right here. Maybe a 6.5, maybe. This one, a 7. I kind of disagree with this one. I can see this one going a little bit higher, 7.5, maybe 8 if you rush me into things. 9, this one I feel is like a really, really good contender to come back as a 10. Like I've showed you guys in the video, we try to sheen it, work with the light, make sure you guys have a light that you guys can work on, you know, kind of let the shadows kind of show you some hidden kind of angles that the damage likes to hide in. But yeah, guys, I think this comes back as a 10. This comes back as a 7.5 or an 8, hopefully. And this one stays a 6 or a 6.5. So, alright. Now, let's put them to the test. On the next part of the video, we're going to show the grades. So now is the time to comment down below. Let me know your opinions. And once again, guys, if you guys want to see the crack out process, click up here in one of these corners to be able to see the first video I did of cross grading, guys. Alright, so on to the grades. Alright, my Pokemaniacs, we are back with the graded cards, back from CGC, fresh off the grading line. And let's just take a quick recap of what we have here. We have the Pokemon Special Delivery Charizard, excellent to mint 6. We have the Meganium Reverse Hollow, 7. And then we got the Full Art Beedrill V alternate art from Space Juggler, which got a 9. So in the beginning of the video, we predicted a little bit of jumps up because I didn't see much on the 7 of the Meganium, and also I was hoping this would come back as a 10, the Beedrill. But either way, guys, now before we start and before I reveal the slabs and the grades, I just wanted to say the purpose of these videos are not to try to get a higher grade than what the card actually deserves. That's not the intent of this video. Instead, it is meant to show how CGC grades equal to or just right at the level of PSA. As you all saw on the previous video, they were really close. If you guys haven't seen that previous PSA to CGC and CGC to PSA crossover video, go ahead and check that out. But I believe it's really close. Hopefully this video can determine that as well. So, all right, first one up that we're gonna be seeing is going to be, and by the way, beautiful slabs, beautiful, clear, amazing slabs from CGC. And the first one up, it's the Special Delivery Charizard with the excellent to near mint 6. All right, so they agreed on the grade on this one, which is pretty nice. Once again, guys, it's not meant to possibly get a higher grade. So let's just kick a quick scenario. So if this card came back as a whole point higher, or let's say a whole point less, there are two different reasons for that. Whether it goes up whole point above, which would come back like a 7 or a 7.5, that means that PSA missed something and the card actually is that 7.5 or vice versa. But then that would also need to be crossed back and checked out again. But also, if this card got a 1 point less, then that would be an error on CGC's part because the card got degraded more than it should have, because obviously it was a 6 and it is a 6, so it confirms the 6 right there for this card. And that's the whole main purpose. I know people on the PSA like grading side, like they send their card in multiple times and they eventually get a 10. That's not a good look, and that's not a look that I want to be sending in when I get when I send my cards in for grading. So just keep that in mind. Then we got the second slab right here, and it's going to be the Meganium, near mint 7 Meganium for this one. That's pretty cool. They caught that one. Like I said, on this one, I think it was just a little bit of foreign substance, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, like some scratching or something like that. So yeah, number 7 on that one. So they cleared the board 2 for 2. They hit the 6 and they hit the 7 for the Meganium. So these grades are what they are. Like, you cannot flub these things. You cannot say CGC does not grade as well as PSA and PSA does not grade as well as CGC. But we're going to do a video of that next time. I'm going to be sending over 3 to 5 cards over to PSA to get graded. We're going to crack them out the same process, and we're going to see how they do. So now we're going to be scrutinizing PSA versus the CGC card. So this one of my high hopes to be able to get a 10. This is the Full Art Beedrill V, or Alt Art from Space Juggler, which got a 9, and we couldn't see much of why it got that 9. It was just that little lip on the corner there, possibly getting it out of the 10. But we're going to see how CGC did with this one. So let's see it. and it got a 9.5, a nice little bump up. So yeah, guys, like this is another thing that I want to talk to you guys about, the 0.5s. So PSA usually does just whole grade things, and I believe that's okay. I mean, that's not really a downside to it. Obviously, nobody wants to see that 9.5, or you guys can't even see it. Nobody wants to see that 9.5 because it's just like a step below that 10, and it's not a 9, but 9.5s were introduced to give that card where it's the biggest gap of value just a little bit more stepping stone, if I could say that, if you guys understand my lingo here. Because this card obviously wasn't as bad as a 9. You guys saw it on the video, and the little lip on the bottom I can actually see from here. Could possibly get it out of a 10, you know, that's very true. But getting a 9.5 signifies that it's not as bad as a 9 of the whole grade that PSA gave it, and it's not quite that 10 that it deserves, so it rightfully got a 9.5. I would say we didn't really see much on this one, but if it was for that little lip thing, 9.5 sees a lot better because it was so close to the 10, and just for that little thing to get a 9.5, it gives it a little bit of justice, not too much. But there you are, guys, 3 graded cards from PSA first, cracked them out, send them out, and CGC did an amazing job. Hit the mark on 2 of them and gave one of them a nice little bump up. So let me know, guys, down in the comments below, what are you guys thinking about this? The whole point is to give better understanding of how each grading company grades, so we can get some better competition, guys. We need competition. We need more than one big player in the grading company. I know there's top 3, you know, PSA, CGC, Beckett, but CGC is definitely up there gaining ground. And you know, competition breeds better pricing in this industry, and if we get better pricing and it's more affordable for everybody, and we have a better grading standard across the board, then this is very healthy for us all. So remember that, guys. Remember that. And if you guys haven't graded with CGC and you guys want to try to grade some stuff from CGC to CGC, let me know. I have an email down below. I can help you guys. I drop off stuff directly to them. We can have you guys grade for PSA as well and CGC at times to get that beautiful slab and the beautiful label that CGC has. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys haven't watched the first video that I did of a crossover, make sure you guys go do that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay safe out there. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.